Hi everyone, it's Cameron Lyons. Welcome back to a Project Life Process video. This one is going to be week 3 for January 2018. First of all, I just wanted to apologize for two things. My last video, I didn't realize my camera was a little bit out of focus, so it's not the best quality. And also, I'm a little bit sick, so my voice might sound excessively nasally, but I wanted to get this video out there. So now let's jump into the spread. The first thing I'm going to do is grab this Studio Calico stamp. Came with the newest Documenter kit, I believe. I forget what it's called, but the February one. And my first impression didn't go on very well, so I decided to stamp it again and hope it turned out, and it ended up looking okay. And it says, "Here we go, today the adventure begins." So I really like how that looks in the top right hand corner. And now I'm going to look at it and want to add a little bit something more. So I decide to get my Sharpie pen, I think, and I'm going to just write a couple quick lines of journaling. So right after, I put this enamel star on. This is from a very old Studio Calico order I did. It wasn't part of a kit, just an extra embellishment. So I decided to add that white one to give it a little pop of color. And now I'm going to grab the Sharpie and go ahead and do the journaling. Just a sentence about how James and I went to this art gallery from Berman that was pretty neat and something that we wouldn't necessarily do on a regular basis. So I thought it was worth documenting. And writing on photos is kind of scary for me because if you mess up, it's like, that's it. But I think it turned out okay. It's a little bit embellishment heavy on the right side, but I don't mind that. It's aesthetic, I guess. So now for my title card, I'm using this picture instead of just a card I took from outside the science building, and I'm going to stamp the dates of the week on it. And in the process video here, you see me stamp two on top of each other on the right side, and I realized that I probably could have fit them lengthwise. So in the picture on Instagram, you'll see that I reprinted the photo and printed it lengthwise because I kind of stamped it crooked and it didn't stand out as much as I wanted it to, but I love how it looks. The top one looks really good, I think, so I change it and it looks a lot better, but it's not in this video, but you'll see it in the pictures. So I just had to grab my Sharpie and fill in a couple of the spots where the ink didn't take all the way, but once it's in the pocket, you can't even tell it's Sharpie, so it's a handy trick. And the next thing I'm going to do is, I think, pull over these corkboard embellishments. This is from the very first Ali Edwards story kit I ever subscribed to. It was Bond. So I grabbed the heart one for a picture of boyfriend, and then this and one for a picture of me. And I put that one, the heart one, on. It's just a little bit crooked, and you can't really tell when you're just looking at it, but if you look closely, you can definitely tell. And you'll see later I try and peel it off and fix it, but this is just one of those things you have to let it go, and um, whatever will be, will be. So I try to trim off the bottom, and uh, maybe that will help a little bit, but it's still crooked. But it still looks cute. It's a cute picture, and it is what it is. The corkboard looks good, and it's not going to bother me in 10 years. So, so that's all I'm going to do to that picture. And I'm going to add a star to the middle of the dates, and when I redo it, the star will just be in the middle on the top instead of up and down. Now I'm going to start my journaling. This card on the left side it says slow it down, and on the right side it says speed it up. It was from Ali Edwards' Time Kit, so for slow it down I wrote about how I want time to go by slower when I'm not in class or doing homework, like when I'm playing video games or seeing my boyfriend. And then on the right side I wrote speed it up for my lovely biochem class. We just want it to be the end of the semester already, so we wish that could speed up. And now my other journaling card is from the newest Studio Calico Documenter kit again, and it says this and that on the top, and I'm going to journal just a little bit about one of the days we had. We got pizza and watched a movie and all that kind of stuff. So, and you saw that journaling book that I brought in is actually kind of my diary type thing, I guess. I like to call it a journal. Sounds more adult, but um, it's how I write down. If you've seen Amy Gretchen's video, it looks pretty similar to what she does, but I just write down a little bit more detail about what happens each day because I'm obviously not going to be able to document every single thing. So it helps me remember as also. And now for this journaling card, I wanted a little bit more embellishment. So I grabbed this stamp set. It was an add-on kit from one of Ali Edwards. I forget which one. So it's really cute. It's really small, these little icons, and it's just perfect for everything. So I grabbed the heart one, and I was thinking I might have wanted to do like a star or a camera because there is the heart right next to it on that corkboard embellishment, but I decided no, it's a heart. I love the story. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it too much, and it just brings a little bit of darker color to the card so it's not so white. And now for the second week in a row, I'm going to cut off the bottom inch of this photo and put on some white paper cardstock so I can do a little bit of journaling. This was one of my professors walking on the sidewalk and I was walking behind him. So I took this Snapchat and I said, oh man, what if he turns around and sees me? And then he turned around and saw me and I had to talk to him, I guess. So it's dumb, but I think it's funny. It's a funny story that I'll want to remember later. Like, oh yeah, I took that picture and then I had to talk to him. Uh, so this top photo, I'm not going to do anything to, so I'm just going to slide it in. Um, and here is where I get really fiddly with this corkboard embellishment. I try and peel it, and I'm like, oh, maybe I can peel it this way, or it's okay if I can peel it, but it would have broken if I had peeled it anymore. So I decided, no, I'll just leave it, slide it in. Uh, so I'm going to grab my phone to check the date of that picture and just stamp the date and do my journaling. So this spread came together really quickly, and I really like how it turns out. It's really simple, and there's a lot of journaling spots and also enough photos that tells exactly what was going on this week, so I really like it. And I'm underlining it now, and you'll see me, I actually flip over the page because I want to check to see what I did the last week if I underlined that bottom line, but there was no help to be found, so I decided to go ahead and do it. So, and with the completion of that card, I'm going to add a little enamel dot. I didn't care for the black as much, so I'm going to put the white on. I think it just carries more of the pale aesthetic, and I really like how that looks to be continuous. So that's the spread for week 3. I apologize the bottom half is cut off, but thanks as always for tuning into my channel.